Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, okay, I didn't tell you about that. I was sexually molested by a guy. I was 12 years old. He was I was only 11 when I got molested. It was by a classmate. Okay, he was 12 years old. Okay, but see, the guy that molested me, he was molested himself that summer before. He was molested at a camp by a priest. A priest molested him. Hey, Sam and Beth. Yeah, I was telling you, there was a guy. It was a classmate. He was a classmate. Somebody I knew in the neighborhood. This guy, like I said, this guy used to molest me at school. Not every single day, but it's like, when I was in 6th grade, I used to be kind of scared of him. Every time I seen him, I'd be running, everything. I didn't do nothing to the man. He just, he was actually popular. He was popular with all the students. He was basically a popular guy. He was well liked. I wasn't. No, but what the guy used to do, he used to touch all over me. He used to kiss all over me. He used to touch me in places I didn't want to be touched. All that stuff, Jerome. But see, that's what the priest did to him. And see, what I could have done, I don't know if I could have, but I could have got some money out of that priest. I could have sued his ass. Because the kid did not know better. The kid don't know better. And like I said, when they're being molested by an adult that's been an authority of them, they're going to think it's okay to go out here and do the same thing. And what he did to me was what the priest did to that guy.
But you know the Catholic churches,
I guess get some money off
these pastors have been molesting kids in the Catholic churches for a long time.
That's when you know what? My great-grandma, my great-grandma, she passed away in 1983. Okay, she did not like Catholics. And imagine her being alive because, a lot of these kids, it was around 1990s when you would start, like if you was molested by somebody, you could go back and sue them or charge them with all this stuff. Okay? And what happened was this. If my great-grandma had been alive to see all this shit, she'd want to go after them priests. She'd want them, oh, God. She did not like Catholics. And you know what she would say? She said, well, that's what Catholics do. And my granddad, boy, she didn't like that. My granddad was Catholic. My whole family, on my granddad's side, is Catholic. And you know what? She did not like him because he was Catholic. But he cheated on my grandma, and you know what? For my great-grandma, my grandpa cheated on my grandma like that. Oh, they definitely didn't like Catholics after that. She would be going around saying, don't ever marry a Catholic man. A Catholic man's going to cheat on you, do this and that, and all this. They want to get
in the Catholic churches, Catholics that religion, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people do sin big time in Catholic church.
Yes, they do. Oh, yes. That's why.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. Because they promote gambling.
Yep. That's why
have bingo in churches. That's abomination to God.
You know what? That's why the Baptists, Southern Baptists, do not like Catholics.
And then the situation is that you got all these priests. These churches knew that these pastors were molesting these kids. They knew it, and they didn't do nothing about it.
Oh, see, and you know what? That's what Guardian Angels. Guardian Angels is a Catholic church club. Where I lived at in Ohio. I mean, they hired the guy that molested the guy that molested me. Okay. This guy had already had prior convictions of molesting kids in the 70s. And they still hired this man to teach there, be a priest, everything, and still work with the fucking kids.
Yeah.
He basically, like I said, was a summer before I had moved to...
But what gets me is that Catholics are so much against abortion. Don't get me wrong, I'm against abortion too. But if you're going to be against abortion, then at least... try to put the effort to not feel sorry for these priests that are child molesters.
I don't feel sorry. You know what? I'm going to tell you something how I feel. And now I got this woman that's on here. Hey, Miss Cynthia. You know what really makes me sick? Is the fact they don't give, like, right now, this woman's son is serving more years because they violated his Second Amendment rights, okay? He's serving more time than a freaking child molester. I mean, her son, to be honest with you, hey, what's up, Miss Cynthia, didn't do anything wrong. He just had a gun to protect himself, and they're going to give this man 10 years. And here you got these child molesters only going in for like 2 years. Somebody that robbed somebody in here 2 years. It's just not right. They really fucked him over. You know, I don't like the idea that a child molester just gets 2 or 3 years. They should get 10, 20 years, to be honest with you. Because you mess that person's life up. A child is going to be messed up for life because of what you did to him. I mean, when the guy did what he did to me, it messed me up for a long time. It still has messed me up. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, that's why you don't see me going out with guys too much when I was younger. I'm just telling you, I used to get leery of guys. I used to not want to be around a man. It depended, you know, because of what that guy did to me. I mean, he really had me messed up. My teenage years, he had me messed up. Everything.
But you know, the thing is, Joey, that Catholics, let me tell you something about the Catholics, okay?
Yes.
They believe in the Virgin Mary. And how can you worship Mary when we're only supposed to worship Jesus? I'm going to ask Mary to pray for me.
I don't know why that's why I don't understand. They worship the Virgin Mary, but you know what I'm saying? That was his mother. That's who brought Jesus to life, I guess. But still, you see, like I said, I'm trying to figure out the Catholic religion. I mean, I'm just trying to think what's different, but you know, my mom always used to tell me, she said Catholics are basically Christians. They're no different than Protestants. It's just that, like I said, they have a few different beliefs than we do. But at the same time, they do believe that Jesus died on the cross for their sin. They do believe that Jesus died on the cross, right? Because
they do.
And another thing, too, to see, when I was in religion class in McNick, Miss Combs showed us, you know, the movie Jesus of Nazareth? It's pretty much another movie like Passion of Christ. It's the same thing.
No.
See, they showed us this movie, so it's obvious they believed in the same thing. They believe that, and I don't know, but this part about Mary. But see, there are some things that Catholics were strict about. I don't know if they like you to cuss. The Catholics were against cussing. Some of them are. Some of them, they claim that they do. They were saying certain things I did was a sin, but yet you've seen a lot of Catholics doing the shit. They said listen to rock and roll was a sin. I used to bring when I was in high school there, I used to bring my heavy metal magazines to school and show and all that shit. And these two girls said, you know, that stuff is Satanistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And stuff is Satanistic. But yet there are a bunch of other kids at that school listen to that shit. You know, there's like, it's like my mom used to tell me about this though. Mom said that you got Catholics that basically a lot of these Catholics doing things that they shouldn't do. She says they actually going against the principles. You know, she said this is what you got with Catholics. You got the very conservative Catholics and then you got the liberal Catholics. It's almost like you don't know what, you know what I'm saying? It's practically this, you don't know, hey Kirby, what's up? Or, I know who you are, but we're talking about the child molesters. Yeah, you remember that, that was back in 92, 91 when that priest up at Guardian Angels got in trouble for molesting those boys. He molested 5 boys that summer. That was in 85. That was the summer I moved here. They was over at a summer camp. They were altar boys. They were supposed to be altar boys, and they were at a summer camp. But while he had them over there, they had them in a he would take them in the room where it's the box that they take you inside to pray and stuff like that. He would take those boys in there and molest them. I don't know who all he molested. I know he molested the guy, Eric, that did whatever he did to me. But I don't know what other guys he molested. Yep, see, guy remembers that. Yeah, there was one of the guys that was in there. He was 12 at the time. I was 11. And with their stuff, when I was in 6th grade with him at Mount Washington, there was things he did to me that constitute sexual molestation. And if only, if I could have figured that shit out back in them days, if we could have figured that out, I could have sued I could have sued that priest up there. I could have sued Guardian Angels. But like I said, it's too late now. But like
but see, my thing is, I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. Okay, if I was grown at that time and had kids, and if my kid told me that a pastor had molested my child in church, I would have run and told the church to get rid of him. And if they don't get rid of him, you know what I would have done to the pastor?
Yeah.
I would have fought him and touched him in the church for everybody. Yeah. And I wouldn't care if I got in trouble with Jesus Christ and then the Lord and everything because I did that in his house.
Well, see, when he did that to me, okay, I didn't tell nobody because I was ashamed. You know how it is when you first get molested like that. Your parents or nobody knows. You're ashamed of yourself and don't want to tell nobody. You're afraid to say it out of your mouth that this guy did this to me. You know what I'm saying? You know how long it took for me to get over this shit? It was about Jerome. I came up here to Louisville. That's when I was getting therapy for and getting over the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's when I got over this shit. And then when my mom came up here one time to see me, I finally then told her that what the guy did to me. Oh, yeah, there'd have been a funeral. Well, that's what the guy did. What's his name? You know Eric Neiman, right? You don't remember Eric Neiman? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, when he did that, when Reverend did that to Eric, Eric's dad, punched the shit out of the priest for that. Oh, he punched him in the face. I would have beat him up too. You know what my dad would have done? If that priest actually did that to me, honey, my dad would have got a gun and shot his ass. Oh, yeah, they be going to a funeral. Yes, the fuck they would. Yes, the fuck they would. Yeah. My mom and dad would have made, they would sure been having a funeral. But as I said, I would have done the same damn thing. You molest my kids like that? Oh, yes, you're dead. You're going to a funeral. His family's going to have a funeral to attend, for real. I'll be going all Medea style, too.
But you know, when I tell you what, that's the thing because, I mean, we can't, this is a thing about the Catholic Church, okay?
Okay.
The thing about the Catholic Church is they do things that they shouldn't do. Like they have gambling.
Gambling. Okay, yeah.
And the thing is that, God does not agree with doing bingo in his temples.
Okay, but what about if the people but what if they are fundraising for a good... Oh, yeah.
But still, God is still not going to agree with that.
I was talking about, now this guy is on here talking about he's Baptist. He don't hear about that stuff around the atmosphere. No, you don't. There has been a couple cases, though, but not like the Catholic Church. Because I've seen this. Lisa, my friend in Norfolk, she went to a Baptist church where her grandparents went to, and she said the pastor there molested her and 2 other people, and you know what? After that, she never wanted to go to church again. She was actually a Satanist for a year. She was a Satanist, but she got rid of that. She went to Wiccan. Sometimes when they do this in churches, it makes kids not want to go to church. It makes them not want, because they think that's what Jesus is and that's what God is. And every time you tell them about that stuff, they don't want to hear about it because it makes them think of that. But see, I don't think that person should go to hell because they think in that way. The pastor that did that or priest that did that to them is the one that should suffer. That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I figured it was Steve. Yeah. Kirby.
Cause see, my thing is that I have nothing against the Catholic Church because I like the Catholic Church.
I do too. My granddaddy.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I do have some Catholic on my dad's side of the family. You know,
I got him on
and I even have a Catholic name. My name is Richard, a Catholic name.
Yeah.
Jerome. And the thing is that I also, you know, like you say, my grandma was Catholic, my dad grew up Catholic, and I'm gonna tell you because what it is that you can't blame all the Catholic churches for the kids getting molested.
No,
but you can blame some of them that knew it was going on, but they still kept the priests.
Well, see,
and those are the ones that we should go after.
Yeah. Well, see,
and the situation is, and I'm gonna tell you because the one thing that Catholic churches do now is that, like you say, they shouldn't have bingos in the Catholic Church. If they have weddings, they should not drink alcohol in their weddings. Because that's kind of like going against God and Jesus when you're drinking in the church for a wedding and you have bingos in the wedding. God, that's gambling. That is gambling.
Oh,
and I don't care if it is for a good cause. But the point of it is, God does not agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you because it seems like that some of the Catholic churches, and even some of the Orthodontists, they're more about money. It's what it seems like.
They are about money. Let me tell you about that Guardian Angels church. They look down on people that are poor. They were so snotty in that parish. I'm gonna tell you. See, there's some churches that are good, like IHM. Now they were out in Anderson Township. They got good. Most of them, I think, are sisters, but you didn't hear about them get molested. St. Thomas, St. Rose. What's down the East End is the parish is St. Rose, right? Kirby.
Yeah.
I think it's St. Rose. The East End is a different parish, but you never heard about kids in those parishes getting molested, and you know what I'm saying? But Guardian Angels is the sneakiest parishes. I mean, it's basically, they're a poor excuse for a Catholic church. Poor excuse for a church with all the shit they do. And the people that go to that church, they are so snotty and stuck up, it's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've had to deal with fucking bullying and abuse from some of the kids up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was friends with some of them too. I did have friends that gone to that church, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I have friends that are Catholic. And like I said, my family, I got my dad, my granddaddy, my mom's dad's side, all of them are Catholic. They're strict Catholics too.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, let me tell you something. When my granddaddy married my grandma, my granddaddy's family, his dad did not have anything to do with them because they didn't want him marrying they wanted him to marry a Catholic woman. So it was like both sides of the family didn't like my grandma and granddaddy. You know, like my mom's side, my grandma's side didn't like my granddaddy's side because they was Catholic. And boy, when he cheated on my grandma, boy, that made him really look bad. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the situation is like I worked at Mr. Mountain Sports, okay?
Yeah.
And we had one of my bosses is Catholic. But what was messed up was he was allowed his 17-year-old daughter dated a man that's 21 or 22 years old. And to me, that's disgusting.
Well, was he 21 or 22? He
was 21 or 22.
That wasn't that much. Well, what it is.
16, I think.
Well, that's to be the oldest she dates a guy, though, because that's just 5 years, you know what I'm saying? That ain't that much older. Even though she's a minor, you know, it's like one more year. You know what I heard? It used to be that if you was over 17, that you weren't allowed to date a minor. You could be 18 years old or 19, but you're not allowed to date a 16 or 17-year-old. But see what's fucked up? You might have been dating that person when you was in high school. What are you supposed to do when you graduate? Break up?
Well, see, my thing is, it's okay,
you know what?
for a 19-year-old to date the 16-year-old.
My cousin been married to Snoop Dogg for years. And she went out with him.
Because, but see, you also got to understand is that if it goes past 19, it shouldn't be happening because you're not even. Well, let me tell you how it should go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A 19-year-old is okay to date a 70-year-old. That's it.
Hmm?
If you're under 17 years old, you should not be allowed to date no 19-year-old or an 18-year-old. You know what I mean?
If you're what?
If you're 17 years old, you have to be at least, it should be 17 to date somebody that's 19. Because otherwise you got to date somebody that's 18 or younger than that.
That ain't right, though, because let me tell you something, bro.
We're talking about children, minors, and adults.
You know Snoop Dogg and his wife, right?
Yeah.
Snoop's wife, we're probably cousins, okay? Miss Shantae. Shantae I don't think she's ever had any other man but Snoop. You know what I'm saying? She started dating Snoop as soon as she was in high school. Snoop is like 5 years older than her. You know what I'm saying? So her and Snoop was only in school together for a short time. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't but 14 or 15 when she dated Snoop, and she had dated Snoop throughout her whole high school years. So it's like Snoop would have been 19, 20 years old, and she was still in school, you know? That's the only guy she's been with. She's not been with nobody else. She's been married to him. She got married soon as she got out of school. She started having kids with Snoop as soon as she got out of high school, and then it wasn't but 5 years after she graduated. Wasn't even 5 years that they got married.
I was watching a video last night about how Whitney Houston's daughter died. You know how everybody was saying that Whitney Houston's daughter died because mental problems she had because of her mom?
Well, it was. I believe because she was torn up over her mom.
Let me tell you what went on with that, okay?
Yeah.
The boyfriend that she had, okay, he was about money.
Yeah.
And he actually killed her daughter in the bathtub. He killed her daughter.
That's what I think he did.
He did do it.
He killed her the same way.
And what happened was he killed her daughter, because after when he killed the daughter, he went into her bank account and drew $11,000 out to his account.
See? Oh, that's sick.
And then when they found her dead, he didn't even report it. He didn't even try to come to the hospital. Nothing. And Bobby Brown told him that you need to tell the police what happened, or you can't come see her. And he didn't do it. And he found everything.
Well, I'm surprised Bobby Brown. Well, you know what though? I'm surprised Bobby Brown didn't kill his ass. That was his baby.
So
you killed my daughter, I'm gonna kill you.
So what happened was, this is what happened, okay? The police was investigating it in Atlanta, and they kind of kept it covered up to where they didn't want nobody to know too much about what was being investigated. And then, later, the family filed a civil suit against the man that was with Whitney Houston's daughter that killed his daughter. I think the Browns sued. I think they sued the man that was with his daughter, and they found out, and they even asked some of the white friends that she had that hang with her and hang with him and everything, and they testified and said that he was, it was more coming out in the court saying that he was abusive to her and he was going to do this and that. So what happened was they did DNA, they found the evidence, they found him not guilty, but he wasn't even in court when all that happened. You know what they said? You know what they said?